Think of two people. One works hard all their life and barely makes ends meet. The other seems to have everything, building wealth without apparent effort. They become millionaires and don't even seem to try. What's the difference? Most would say it's luck, contacts, or a better paying job. But that's not the truth. The difference isn't in their work. The difference is in their mindset. There are two financial mentalities. One lifts you up, the other drags you down. One creates wealth, the other creates debt, and most people don't even know which one they have. In this video, I will reveal exactly what these two mentalities are, how they work, and most importantly, how you can switch from the mindset that sinks you to the one that makes you rich. In the next few minutes, we will look at the science behind wealth. Stay with me, because this could be the most important discovery of your financial life. First, we start by understanding the mindset that keeps you stuck. It is the scarcity mindset. It is the deep belief that there is not enough money, that the pies are limited, and that for you to win, someone else has to lose. The fear of scarcity. This fear of scarcity comes from childhood. If you grew up hearing your parents say, "We can't afford that," or "money doesn't grow on trees," it is very likely that you have internalized this fear. A study from the University of Cambridge found that children's financial habits are formed as early as age 7, and many of them are based on what they see in their homes. This mindset ties you to poverty, the fear of spending. When you have a scarcity mindset, you see every expense as a loss. I can't spend on that. I need to save every penny. Ironically, this mindset prevents you from investing in your growth or assets that could generate more money. A study from Harvard University found that people with a scarcity mindset are more likely to focus on short-term costs, like the price of a course, rather than long-term benefits, such as the skills that course could give you to earn more money. The obsession with salary. People with a scarcity mindset see salary as their only source of income. They work by the hour, not for results. They feel trapped in an exchange of time for money. They don't see the possibility of creating other income streams. For them, a job is a salvation, the short-term vision. They make financial decisions based on instant gratification. They buy trendy clothes instead of investing in stocks, or spend on a new car instead of investing in a business. The pleasure of a moment is more important than future freedom. This scarcity mindset is like an anchor that keeps you in the same place. It makes you feel secure, but prevents you from moving forward. 2. The abundance mindset. Now we are capable of adopting the mindset of millionaires. The abundance mindset. They believe that the world is a place of infinite opportunities. They do not see money as limited, but as a resource that can flow and multiply. They invest in growth. They see spending as an investment. They spend money on education, mentors, and new skills. They understand that to earn more, they must first become more valuable. A study by the National Foundation for Financial Education showed that people who invest in financial education are 150% more likely to achieve their savings goals. They create multiple income streams. They do not rely on a single salary. They actively seek to build assets that generate money for them, such as properties, online businesses, or stock market investments. For them, time is their greatest asset, and they use it to build systems, not to sell hours. Long-term vision. Your financial decisions are based on long-term growth. They sacrifice instant gratification for future financial freedom. A Forbes study showed that 70% of millionaires made themselves through consistent discipline and a long-term vision. This mindset is like an engine, driving you forward, giving you more options and more opportunities. Which do you have? Now, the crucial question, which of these two mindsets do you have? To be honest, we all have a bit of both, but one dominates over the other. Let's do a quick test. Be completely honest with yourself. When you earn extra money, do you think about how to save it or how to invest it so it grows? If you think about saving, scarcity. If you think about investing, abundance. If someone close to you succeeds, do you feel envy or are you inspired to improve? If you feel envy, scarcity. If you are inspired, Abundance. Do you see your job as the only way to make money or as a tool to fund your growth? If it's the only way, scarcity. If it's a tool, abundance. Being honest in these questions is the first step. If you find that you have a scarcity mindset, don't worry. The important thing is that now you know it and can start to change it. You can't simply want to have an abundance mindset. You have to train your brain. Here is an action plan with 3 practical steps. Step 1. Invest in your brain. Stop consuming content that depresses you or fills you with fear. Start reading finance books, listening to business podcasts. 88% of self-made millionaires read at least 30 minutes a day to learn, not to be entertained. Invest in your education. Step 2. Transform your expenses. Every time you're about to spend money, ask yourself, is this a scarcity expense or an abundance investment? Buying a coffee can be a scarcity expense. Buying a course to learn a new skill is an abundance investment. Step 3. Create a passive income stream. This is fundamental. It doesn't matter if you earn $10 a month from a blog or $1,000 from a small business. The simple fact of having an asset that makes money without selling your time will train your brain to think in abundance. The people you surround yourself with are fundamental to your mindset. According to a study by the National Foundation for Financial Education, people who have financially responsible friends are more likely to succeed with their own finances. If your friends only talk about debt, inflation, and how impossible it is to make money, your brain will absorb that scarcity mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who talk about investments, business ideas, and growth, your mindset will transform. It's not about abandoning your friends. It's about being aware of the conversations around you and actively seeking out people who uplift you. This may sound strange, but the biggest obstacle for most people is not the fear of poverty. It's the fear of abundance. They fear the responsibility that comes with money. Fear of being judged. If I am rich, my friends will see me differently. Fear of failure. If I invest, I could lose everything. Fear of complexity. Millionaires are very smart. I can't do that. These fears are what hold you back. The fear of failure, for example, is what causes paralysis by analysis. You keep thinking and never act because you're afraid of making a mistake. People with an abundance mindset and viewing failure as a lesson, not a defeat, know that it's part of the journey. At the end of the day, your bank account is a reflection of your mindset. One binds you, the other sets you free. Wealth is not something you earn, it is something you create. And creation begins with your way of thinking. Now that you know the difference, the decision is yours. Will you continue living with the mindset that sinks you or start building the mindset that will make you free? The answer to that question is the true secret of wealth. Thank you for staying with me. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment with the word abundance to let me know you made it to the end, and please share this video with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next one.